Do you know that negative thoughts can actually help you? When they help you is only when you realize what's behind them, when you go deep inside. The problem is many times we don't go deep inside, and then those negative thoughts, instead of, dismantling them, they take us to a place that can actually take us down. And to be honest, sometimes based on nothing. Negative thoughts are something that so many people have. Actually, to be honest, I don't know anyone that doesn't have from time to time negative thoughts. And the problem, I think, with negative thoughts is that many times there's nothing behind there. And not only that there's nothing behind there, if we would have had the negative thought and continued with life like nothing happened, all good. It comes in, it comes out, and we observe the thought from the outside, and that's fine. But that's usually not the case. And there is a way to rise above these negative thoughts, and not only rise above them, actually also use them for our benefit. And I'll mention the way to do that in just 1 second. I just want to give you an example, and if you could resonate, could feel free to leave a comment, but you'll for sure see this happening someplace in your life. When I was going on a trip, it was a few months ago, I had so many thoughts in my mind. What would happen if that trip won't work out? What would happen if I'll be late for the plane? What would happen if, the tour guide that I was planning to meet won't be there that day? So everything was, what if that won't work? What if this won't work? And I was catching myself. I was like, what? Like, what's happening over here? I have no clue what's going to happen. And if I have already no clue what's going to happen, why not think in a way, okay, how is this going to work? How is this trip going to be great? And it's not only, when you go and plan a certain vacation, it's in any occasion in life, whether it's in your relationship or when you go out, try to do any new type of activity, like everything in life, you'll have that. What I came to ask myself was, why ask or why think, what if it won't work? Or why bring up that belief that I'm not capable of organizing this trip, or I'm not capable of climbing this mountain, or whatever it is, or in business, that deal that we're supposed to close, we won't have the capability to close it. And what came to my mind was that maybe that negative thought has nothing to do with me. It came into my mind, but I don't really have to be part of it. And then I came across a beautiful human being by the name of Byron Katie. So it's not something that I made up. I use her method in the way that is best for me. But what Byron Katie basically explains is how to take that negative thought, go deep into that thought, and ask yourself if it's real. Now, when you use Byron Katie's method, what basically I could tell you what I do is dismantle that negative thought. Not only that, you dismantle that thought, you also see what's behind that thought. And after that, you take that thought and you actually turn it into something positive, something that serves you. Because usually negative thoughts are something that either, some type of concern from the future, and to be honest, not you and not me, none of us have any clue what's going to happen in the future, or some type, of regret on the past. Nothing that is actually happening here right now. So the way to do it, the way to take that negative thought and first dismantle it, and number two is actually turn it into something positive, goes this way. So there are 4 steps to do it, maybe even we'll say 5. And you could really take it to any negative thought in your life. Number 1, when any type of thought comes up, okay, you ask yourself, is that the true? Okay, is that thought, is it 100% true? And after that, you ask, whatever you answered was fine, okay, if you answered yes. So you go to the next question. Is this thought really true? Could I know for 100% that that thought is true? Now, usually, or I'll say always, you can't know anything that is going to happen in the future for 100%. So, or something that has to do with someone else, you can never know that for 100%. Okay, so after you've been asking that, and I'll give you soon an example. Number 3 is you ask yourself, what do I feel when that thought goes through me, okay? What's the feeling that comes up? And what I ask myself at that point, I don't remember the exact order, but this is how I do it. After that, okay, let's say it brings up a thing that is not so comfortable for me. I ask myself, how would I feel? Number 4, how would I feel when I don't have that thought anymore? If it brings an emotion that is not comfortable, so usually when I won't have that thought, I'll feel good, I'll feel relaxed, I'll feel relieved, I'll feel empowered. And the 5th step is to take that thought and basically turn around. Now, there are a few ways to turn around. I won't go to all of Byron Katie's steps. You could buy her book. I really recommend. She's amazing. I'm just telling you how I do whatever she teaches to do. You could read her book, and there are a lot of different ways to do it. Hi, I hope this video is serving you. I just want to share with you that my belief in life is that you are here to serve a purpose greater than yourself. But in order to do that the best way, you must start with investing in yourself. Enjoy the rest of the video. So I want now to go and take a real example in life, okay? And through this example, you could take this to anything, but really anything in your life. Could tell you that personally, before I go to sleep, if I have any negative thought, many times I'll go through this process. That way, I go to sleep in a more relaxed way and hopefully also have a better sleep. Now let's take an example in life. I'll give you, like I said, an example from my life, but you could take this to any field in life. I had a girlfriend a few years ago. Somehow we always talk about girlfriends on this channel, but soon it would be a wife. But anyways, I had a girlfriend and she was talking to me in a way that I felt like she's angry at me, like I did something, like her tone was really not pleasant. And my first interpretation is like, why is she doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. Like, why is she upset at me? And you could really hear from her voice that she's upset at me. And I had no clue why. I'm sure many of you can understand what I'm saying right now. By the way, it also goes the opposite, if you're a woman, so if your boyfriend said something. But I'm talking in my case, I had no clue why she's upset, and I could literally hear her tone of voice that is angry. And then what I came to ask myself, it wasn't in that second, but I had that thought, okay, she's angry at me. I don't know what she wants from me. I'm not sure why she's reacting this way, but she's basically angry at me and really angry. And I'm like, okay, is this real? Is she really angry at me? At the beginning, my answer was yes. But after that, I was like, wait, that's my assumption. My assumption is that she's angry at me, but I can't really go into her mind and know if she's angry at me or not. And by the way, also if maybe she thinks she's angry, maybe, underneath it's even something deeper that has nothing to do with me. So the answer was no, she's not angry with me. I have no clue. But when I answered at the beginning, yes, that she is angry, so I asked myself, okay, now is that right? Is she really angry with me? Could I prove that 100% that she's angry with me? Well, no, I can't prove 100% that she's angry with me because I really have no clue. It's my assumption based on all the things that happened, but at the end of the day, I can't prove that 100%. So number 3, I was, okay, how does that thought make me feel? Is that something that I like, that I don't like? Does it make me happy? Well, probably not. I loved my girlfriend back then, and no, it didn't make me happy. And then I told myself, okay, so if it's not real and it doesn't make me happy, so why not remove that thought? By the way to remove is go and talk to her to understand what's happening. Maybe something in her life that happened and I just came across her right now. And maybe I could be there to help. And by the way, helping could maybe just be listening and no reason to give an answer every time as advice. But I told myself, okay, so let's remove this thought because I just now build a whole building based on nothing. And then the last part was actually maybe the opposite. She's not angry at me. Maybe she loves me. And because of that, she feels comfortable, bringing up her emotions right next to me. That way I could be there for her. So from a place of her being angry at me and me feeling bad and me asking myself, why is this happening? Why is she in this situation? Why am I the victim? To get that anger, I was, wait, maybe actually I'm the one that gets the opportunity to be with her whenever something happens. Now also, I don't know exactly what happened to her back then after we spoke, and I did know, but at the end of the day, I came in and turned that negative thought into a thought that serves me. I basically took it and I did the opposite. I took it from a place of negativity to a place that it actually serves me and empowers. Now, this example comes into any area of life. Now, to all of you that are telling yourself, well, no, it won't really work with me. In my case, it's different. Well, try 2-3 times. It takes just, 1 minute, 2 minutes. I promise you it'll help you if you do it the right way. Like I said, you could go and read Byron Katie's book or listen to the end of this video where I'm going to sum it up again. But I promise you it will help you. Okay, now you need to practice it. And if you're asking yourself, well, yeah, or if now I get, to that point and then, I come across that thought and I see it was true. So don't worry. In general in life, when you get to the bridge usually has the tools right next to it that you could cross it or fix it if you need to cross it. Sometimes you don't need to cross it. So whenever you get to whatever situation it is in life, you'll always have the tools to deal with that situation. But as we said, most of the negative thoughts are imaginations that we made up in our mind based on facts that we think that they're real. So I'll give you one more example. This example has to do with business. So we were before the day of the closing a deal, and all of the negative scenarios came up to my mind because all kind of things came up in the inspection that I thought the deal won't close, and these are real facts. These are things that came up in the inspection, things that can kill the deal, and I had a lot of negative thoughts, that evening. And the same thing again, I came up and I was okay. All of the facts of the inspection, why the deal's not going to close and go through, they're all there. But do I know 100% what's going to happen tomorrow morning? Do I know what tools am I going to get in order to, cross this challenge that is going to come up? I have no clue, right? Now, whatever needs to happen will happen. But right now I'm building all these negative thoughts instead of focusing on solutions and how can I make things work. So I asked myself, do I really know that this deal is not going to close? And at the beginning, the answer was yes, because I had all the facts. But do I really know that? No, the answer is no, I don't really know that. I can't really know what's going to happen tomorrow morning. Hopefully I wake up and from there we move and I say thank you and I'm grateful for that. And from there we move to the rest of the day. So no, I can't know that. And then I was, okay, how does that thought make me feel? Well, it makes me feel anxious. I can't fall asleep at night because I have all of these things in my mind that are not going to work tomorrow. And then I thought to myself, okay, well, how will I feel if this deal closes? And if I move that thought that it's not going to close? I was like, wow, that's pretty nice. I like that feeling. It feels pretty good. I worked pretty hard in this deal. So what happened then is, I just said a second ago, but I said, okay, so let's think that it's going to close. Not just like a positive thinking. Let's think instead of why it's not going to close, how am I going to make the deal close? So what are the steps that I need to do? And after I take those steps, there's nothing else I could do. So better, I did the best I could. And whatever happens after it happens. But I told myself there's no reason to continue building all these, emotions that are based on negative thoughts because they don't serve me in any way. So this comes to, like I said, any area of life. And you ask yourself, is that thought true? Is it really true? And sometimes it's, easier to ask it not thoughts about ourselves, but other people that think about us or things that we think about other people. But you could also ask about thoughts that you have with yourself. Is it true? Is it really true? Is it 100% true? Could you prove it 100% that is true? Usually you can't. Number 3, if that's the case, so how does that thought, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Probably not. And if it doesn't make you feel good, so number 4, how would it feel when you don't have that thought anymore, when you remove it? And number 5 is now take that thought and turn it around. Basically, bring it to a place that serves you. So use those 5 methods in the way that is best for you. Using this method would help you to take those negative thoughts, put them aside, dismantle them, and not only that, use those thoughts to realize that they're not real and turn them around to serve you. That way you'll be in a place of well-being, a place that serves you, that lights your path and the people surrounding you. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.